Oh, when she's angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
And though she be guarded, she is fierce.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight mine enemy? And is Claudio not my enemy? Is he not approved in the heights a villain who hath scorned, slandered, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man! What? Bear her in hands until they come to take hands, and then, with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor, oh God, that I were a man! I would eat his heart in the marketplace. Talk with a man out a window, a proper saying, poor hero, she is wronged. She is slandered. She is undone. Princes and counties, surely a princely testimony, a goodly count confect, a sweet, gallant, surely, oh, that I were a man for his sake. Or that I had any friend be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted into courtesy, valor into compliment, and men are only turned into tongue. And trim ones too. He is now as valiant as Hercules, who only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing, therefore I will die a woman, with grieving.
Though she be ruthless, she is fierce. Was the hope drunk when you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I count thy love, art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteem'st the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat in the adage? What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out had I so sworn as you have done to this. And though she be persistent, she is fierce. The quality of mercy is not strained,
It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed. It blesseth him that gives and him that takes. 'Tis mightiest in the mightiest. It becomes the throne monarch better than his crown. His scepter shows the force of temporal power, the attribute to awe and majesty, wherein dosseth the dread and fear of kings. But mercy is above this sceptered sway. It is enthroned in the hearts of kings. It is an attribute to God himself. An earthly power doth then show like as God's when mercy seasons justice. Therefore, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice, none of us should see salvation. We do pray for mercy. And that same prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. I have spoken thus much to mitigate the justice of thy plea, which if thou follow this strict court of Venice, must needs give sentence against that merchant there.
Though she be sarcastic, she is fierce. And why, I pray you, who might be your mother, that you insult, exalt, and all at once over the wretched? What, though you have no beauty, as by my faith I see no more in you than without candle may go dark to bed, must you be therefore proud and pitiless? Why, what means this? Why do you look on me? I see no more in you than the ordinary of nature's sail work. Odds my little life, I think she means to tangle my eyes too. No, faith, proud mistress, hope not after it. 'Tis not your inky brows, your black silk hair, your bugle eyeballs, nor your cheek of cream that could entame my spirits to your worship. You, foolish shepherd, wherefore do you follow her? Like foggy south puffing with wind and rain, you are 1,000 times a properer man than she a woman, and 'tis such fools as you that make the world full of ill-favored children. 'Tis not her glass, but you, that flatters her. And out of you, she sees herself more proper than any of her lineaments can show her. But, mistress, know yourself. Down on your knees and thank heaven fasting for a good man's love. For I must tell you friendly in your ear, sell when you can. You are not for all markets. Cry the man mercy. Love him, take his offer. Foul is most foul, being foul to be a scoffer. So take her to thee, shepherd, and fare you well.
Though she be scornful, she is fierce.
Now, by St. Peter's Church and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I wonder at this haste that I must wed, ere he that should be husband comes to woo.
But this reasoning is not in the fashion to choose me a husband. Oh me, the word choose. I may neither choose whom I would nor refuse whom I dislike. So is the will of a living daughter curbed by the will of a dead father? Is it not hard that I cannot choose one nor refuse none? Oh well, to choose love by another's eyes.
No shame but mine I must, forsooth, be forced to give my hand opposed against my heart unto a mad brain rudes be full of spleen, who wooed in haste and means to wed at leisure.
I had rather be married to a Dept's head with a bone in his mouth than to either of these. God defend me from these two.
I told you he was a frantic fool, hiding his bitter jests and blunt behavior, And to be noted for a merry man, who'll woo 1,000, point the day of marriage, make feasts, invite friends, proclaim the banns, yet never means to wed where he hath wooed. I pray you, tell my lord and father, madam, I will not marry yet.
Therefore, for fear of the worst, I pray thee, set a deep glass of Rhenish red wine on the contrary casket. For if the devil be within and temptation without, I know he will choose it. I will do anything, ere I'll be married to a sponge and die as chaste as Diana, unless I be obtained by the manner of my father's will.
If men could be contented to be what they are, there were no fear in marriage.
While we shut the gates upon one wooer, another knocks at the door.
Though she be ambitious, she is fierce. Brave warriors, come, make him stand upon this molehill here that wrought out mountains with outstretched arms, yet parted but the shadow with his hand. What? Was it you that would be England's king? Was it you that revelled in our parliament and made a preachment of your high descent? Where are your mess of sons to back you now? The wanted Edward, and the lusty George? And where's that valiant crook-back prodigy, Dickie, your boy, that with his grumbling voice was wont to cheer his dad in mutinies? Or with the rest, where is your darling Rutland? Look, York, I stained this napkin with the blood that valiant Clifford with his rapier's point made issue from the bosom of thy boy. And if thine eyes can water for his death, I give thee this to dry thy cheeks withal. Alas, poor York! But that I hate thee deadly, I should lament thy miserable state. I prithee, grieve to make me merry, York. What? Hath thy fiery heart so parched thine entrails that not a tear can fall for Rutland's death? Why art thou patient, man? Thou shouldst be mad, and I to make thee mad do mock thee thus. Stamp, rave, and fret, that I may sing and dance. Thou wouldst be feed, I see, to make me sport. York cannot speak unless he wear a crown. A crown for York. And lords, bow low to him. Hold you his hands whilst I do set it on. Aye, merry sir, now looks he like a king. Aye, this is he that took King Henry's chair, and this is he was his adopted heir. But how is it that the great Plantagenet is crowned so soon and broke his solemn oath? As I bethink me, you should not be king till our King Henry has shook hands with death. And will you pale your head in Henry's glory and rob his temples of the diadem now in his life against your holy oath? Oh, 'tis a fault too unpardonable. Off with the crown, and with the crown his head, and whilst we breathe, take time to do him dead.
Though she be betrayed, she is fierce.
First, let me tell you whom you have condemned. Not one begotten of a shepherd swain, but issued from the progeny of kings, virtuous and holy, chosen from above by inspiration of celestial grace to work exceeding miracles on earth. I never had to do with wicked spirits, but you, that are polluted with your lusts, stained with the guiltless blood of innocence, corrupt and tainted with 1,000 vices because you want the grace that others have. You judge it straight, a thing impossible to compass wonders but by help of devils. No, misconceived! Joan of Arc hath been a virgin from her tender infancy, chaste and immaculate in very thought, whose maiden blood, rigorously effused, will cry for vengeance at the gates of heaven. Will nothing turn your unrelenting hearts, ye bloody homicides?
Though she be deceived, she is fierce. As I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet with his doublet all embraced, no hat upon his head, his stockings fouled, ungartered and down-gyved to his ankle, pale as his shirt, his knees knocking each other, and with a look so piteous in purport as if he had been loosed out of hell to speak of horrors. He comes before me. He took me by the wrist and he held me hard. Then goes he to the length of all his arm, and with his other hand thus over his brow, he falls to such perusal of my face as he would draw it. Long stayed he so. At last, a little shaking of mine arm, and thrice his head thus waving up and down, he raised a sigh so piteous and profound as it did seem to shatter all his bulk and end his being. That done, he lets me go, and with his head over his shoulder turned, he seemed to find his way without his eyes, for out of doors he went without their help, and last bended their light on me.
Though she be jaded, she is fierce. Fie, fie, unknit that threatening, unkind brow, and dart not scornful glances from thine eyes to wound thy lord, thy king, thy governor. It blots thy beauty as frosts do bite the meads, confounds thy fame as whirlwinds shake fair buds, and in no sense is meet or amiable. A woman moved is like a fountain troubled, muddy, ill-seeming, thick, bereft of beauty, and while it is so, none so dry or thirsty would deign to sip or touch one drop of it. Thy husband is thy lord, thy life, thy keeper, thy head, thy sovereign, one that cares for thee and for thy maintenance, commits his body to painful labor, both by land and sea, to watch the night in storms, the day in cold, while thou liest warm at home, secure and safe, and craves no other tribute at thy hands but love, fair looks, and true obedience. Far too little payment for such great a debt. Even such a duty as the subject owes the prince, such a woman oweth to her husband, and when she is froward, peevish, sullen, sour. What is she but a foul contending rebel and graceless traitor to her loving Lord? I am ashamed that women are so simple to offer war where they should kneel for peace. Or seek for rule, supremacy, and sway when they are bound to serve, love, and obey. Why are our bodies soft and weak and smooth, unapt to toil and trouble in this world, but that our soft conditions and our hearts should well agree with our external parts? Come, come, you froward and unable worms. My mind hath been as big as one of yours. My heart is great, my reason haply more, to bandy word for word and frown for frown. But now I see our lances are but straws. Our strength as weak, our weakness past compare, that seeming to be most, which we indeed least are. Then veil your stomachs, for it is no boot, and place your hand beneath your husband's foot, in token of which duty, if he please. My hand is ready, may it do him ease.
Though she be mad,
She is
fierce.
And will he not come again? And will he not come again? Now help, ye charming spells and periaps, and ye choice spirits that admonish me, and give me signs of future accidents.
Out! Damn spot! Out, I say! 1, 2. Why then, 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky!
Appear and aid me in this enterprise.
What need we fear who knows it, when none can call our power to account?
Now help, ye familiar spirits that are called out of the powerful regions of your earth!
Yet, who would have thought the old man to have so much blood in him?
No, no, he is dead. Go to thy deathbed. He never will come again. His beard was white as snow. All flaxen was his poll. Where I was wont to feed you with my blood, I'll lop a member off and give it to you! He is gone, he is gone.
Where is she now? Here is the smell of the blood still. What will these hands now be clean?
My ancient incantations are too weak, and hell too strong for me to buckle with. And we cast away now. God have mercy on his soul. And of all Christian souls, I pray God, God be with ye. So you do condescend to help me now. Then take my body, soul, and all.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, he cannot come out on the grave.
So you do.
I tell you yet again, he cannot come out on his grave.
You seem to help me now. Take my body, soul, and all.
Though she be silent, she is fierce.
shall I complain? Did I tell this? Who would believe me? Oh, perilous mouths that bear in themselves same tongue, either of condemnation or of proof, bidding the law to make curtsy to their will, hooking both right and wrong to the appetite to follow as it drolls. I'll to my brother, though hath he fallen by prompture bloody, yet hath he such a mind of honor that had he 20 heads to tender down on 20 bloody blocks, he'll yield them up. Before his sister should her by stoop to such a poor pollution. Then Isabel, live chaste. Brother, die. More than our brother is our chastity. I'll tell him yet of Angelo's request, to fit his mind to death for his soul's rest.
Though she be loud, she is fierce. Yes, I do think it is their husband's fault if wives do fall. Say that they slack their duties and pour our treasures into foreign laps, or else break out in peevish jealousies, throwing restraint upon us, or say they strike us, or scant our former havings in despite. Why? We have galls, and though we have some grace, yet have we some revenge. Let husbands know their wives have sense like them. We see and smell and have our palates both for sweet and sour, as husbands have. What is it that they do when they change us for others? Is it sport? I think it is. And doth affection breed it? I think it doth. Isn't frailty that thus errs? It is so too. Have not we affections, desires for sport and frailty as men have? Then let them use us well, else let them know the ills we do, their ills instruct us so.
And though she be quick-witted, she is fierce. Why, he is the prince's jester, a very dull fool.
Her silence flouts me, and I'll be revenged.
I am much afeard, my lady. His mother played false with the smith.
In our last conflict, 4 or 5 of his wits went halting off, and now is the whole man governed with one.
Asses are made to bear, and so are you.
He doth nothing but talk of his horse, and he makes it a great appropriation to his own good parts.
Scratching could not make it worse, as worse such a face as yours were.
No cock of mine, you crow too like a craven.
If he has the composition of a saint and the complexion of a devil, I rather he should shrive me than wive me.
I would rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
A witty mother, witless else her son.
When he is best, he's a little worse than a man. And when he is worse, he's a little better than a beast.
See me, fitted with a husband, not till God make men of some other metal than earth.
If I be waspish, best beware my sting.
He's a proper man's picture, but alas, who can converse with a dumb show?
Though she is nervous, she is fierce. Boldness, come to me now and bring me heart. Prince Troilus, I've loved you night and day for many weary months, with first glance that I ever, pardon me. If I confess much, you will play the tyrant. I love you now, but not till now, but so much that I might master it. In faith I lie. Ugh. My thoughts were like unbridled children, grown too headstrong for their mother. See, we fools! Who shall be true to us when we're so in secret to ourselves? But though I loved you, I wooed you not. And yet, in good faith, I wished myself a man, or that we women had men's privilege of speaking first. Sweet, bid me hold my tongue. For in this rapture, I shall surely speak the thing I shall repent. See your silence, cunning and dumbness. From my weakness draws my very soul of counsel. Stop my mouth. My lord, I do beseech you, pardon me. 'Twas not my purpose thus to beg a kiss. I am ashamed. Oh heavens, what have I done? Where is my wit? I know not what I speak. If I be false or swerve a hair from truth, when time is old and hath forgot itself, when water drops have worn the stones of Troy, blind ability can swallow cities up, and mighty states careless are graded to dusty nothing, yet let memory, from false to false, among false maids in love, upbraid my falsehood, when they said as false as air, as water, wind, or sandy earth, as fox to lamb, as wolf to heifer's calf, as pard to the hind, or stepdame to her son. Yea, let them say, to stick the heart of falsehood, as false as cressid.
Though she be objectified, she is fierce. No, sir, that I will not wait pinioned in your master's court, nor once be chastised with the sober eye of dull Octavia. Shall they hoist me up and show me to the shouting Valkyrie of Rome? Nay, 'tis most certain. Saucy lictors will catch at us like strumpets, and scald rhymers ballad us out of tune. The quick comedians will extemporally stage us and present our Alexandrian revels. Antony shall be brought drunken forth, and I shall see some Cleopatra boy my greatness! I, the posture of a whore. Give me my robe. Put on my crown. I have immortal longings in me. No more shall the juice of Egypt's grape moist this lip. Quick! Methinks I hear Antony call. I see him rouse himself to praise my noble act. I hear him mock the luck of Caesar, which gods give men to excuse their after wrath. Husband, I come! Poor venomous fool. Be angry and dispatched. Oh, couldst thou speak that I might hear thee call great Caesar's ass unpolicied! As sweet as balm, as light as air, as gentle, oh Antony. What should I stay?
And though she be guarded,
though she be ruthless, though she be persistent,
Though she be sarcastic,
though she be ambitious,
though she be betrayed,
though she be deceived, though she be jaded, though she be silenced,
though she be loud,
though she be nervous, though she be objectified,
she is fierce.
It is not the fashion to see the lady the epilogue,
but it is no more unhandsome to see the lord the prologue.
If it's true that good wine needs no bush, 'tis true that a good play needs no epilogue.
Yet to good wine they do use good bushes, and good plays prove the better by the help of good epilogues.
what case are we in then, that are neither a good epilogue,
nor cannot insinuate with you in the behalf of a good play?
We are not furnished like beggars, therefore to beg would not become us.
Our way is to conjure you, and will begin with the women. We charge you, O women, for the love you bear to men, to like as much of this play as please you.
We charge you, O men, for the love you bear to women,
as we perceive by your simpering, none of you hates them.
that between you and the women the play may please. If I were a woman, I would kiss as many of you that had beards that pleased me, complexions that liked me,
and breaths that I defied not.
and I am sure as many of you as have good beards, good faces, or sweet breaths will, for our kind offer, when we make curtsy, bid us farewell.